So freedom, responsibility, and justice. So all these communities are based on freedom, but are there any limits to this freedom? Of course, there are no external limits because regulations are not in place, but there are internal protocols, which are of course consensual, they are oral, they are not written, and these protocols need themselves to be developed. But who takes the responsibility? Freedom is clear, but who takes the responsibility? Is the commentator, is the initiator, is the outside community, is the inside community? Who takes the responsibility for the gossip in freedman's world? Apparently nobody takes the responsibility, or if someone takes the responsibility is an outsider, and with few examples in which communities regulate themselves, all other words once said are disclosed and stay there forever.
And she sums up, being unreachable means that no one will come knocking on your door demanding explanations, apologies, answerability, punishment, or payment. And I would add very strongly that also it means that you don't ever have to take the responsibility for what you've written. And I think that's far more important than the other things that she's trying to protect us for, purporting to protect us from, because we should take responsibility. Otherwise, we have no right to tell people that they should have democracy when we can't even take the responsibility of our own views.
And of course, the big debate about the public spheres, if European Union have its own public sphere or not. It was very important for me, the research on this field. And of course, there are two kind of angles. One, you can see this European public sphere as an individual, independent it's an independent public sphere from the states, from the individual states, or you can see as a Europeanization of the national public spheres.
The internet, I mean, I think we all agree it has changed public relations fundamentally. I think it would be a good idea if we could all get out there, or those of us who are academics maybe, and look at some other theories and think about how we could apply them.
Because the time issue is now the major issue in today's contemporary society in many, many areas of the world. I admit that it's not in all areas of the world, but it certainly is in many, or at least the ones in which we mostly operate in. Therefore, if we can assist organizations in improving the quality of their decision-making and in making sure that these decisions are more quickly implemented, whether we are at the corporate governance level or whether we are at the marketing level, which is completely another discussion, of course, but in any level we are, I think it is our role to support this.
Forward, there's a challenge of theory. We have, to a large extent, gone along with the, if you like, American business-centric dominant paradigms for the time being. What Derek says, and what I actually agree with, scares me to death. Not so much from an intellectual basis, but from a practical basis, because I work in an area, as previously discussed, not in a business school, but in a media area, with lots of media and cultural theory people. I don't want their tanks parked on my bloody lawn, thank you very much. They wouldn't have an idea about PR practice, they despise it. But what their theories, what their models explain, they do it far better than our existing paradigms do.
But it really was exhilarating and insightful 2.5 days. And I think it's to Philip's point, a great idea of bringing theory and practice together, because I really do think it was particularly insightful for me. So thank you for that.
Eventually, I would like to thank everybody, thank the partners, thank our students in public relations who I think have done a very good job. I know she hates it when I do it, but I do it anyway. I would like to thank Valérie Le Couturier, who is always standing behind me. And of course, I would like to thank you all, thank Edelman, thank Euprera, thank the communication department of Louvain. Thank you all for attending and for participating. Thank you so much.